But wait, get ready for the surprise! International reggae songstress, Judy Boucher.
Wasn't here with me tonight.
Judy Boucher.
Be the pillow that you dream of. If this is love, my dear, welcome to my world.
Prepare for an unforgettable evening of music, love, and celebration. Get your tickets now. Regular tickets at $340. That's inclusive. Get them at all sale outlets: Soufriere, Vieux-Fort, Castries, and Rodney Bay. Also get them online at www.fourcircletickets.com. Keeping the love alive all night. Hot FM Country DJs, DJ 690, DJ Stormy, DJ Rusty, and DJ Kim. Gates open at 6 p.m. Showtime, 8 p.m. sharp. Don't miss this historic night. For more information, call 452-6040. Be part of history. Be part of Love Fest 2024.
On this TV program, by the hosts, guests, and callers are solely their opinions and responsibility. They do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Hot 7 TV or its affiliates.
This is a paid political program.
The people feel so insecure. Tell it like it is. We don't love on them, I live, love on them, I live. We gotta make it our business. Our brothers and our sisters, they are being killed. We gotta tell it like it is, tell it like it is. We don't love on them, I live, love on them, I live. We gotta make it our business.
Good evening to our listeners and viewers around the world. This is another episode of Like It Is, discussing the issues that matter to you. Now, your usual host is not here. He's on a journey to the other side of the world, and I am here to fill in his place. My name is Joshua Harrow, and I'm here to help you discuss matters that issues that matter to you. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming out, and make sure that you share with your friends. Make sure everyone is tuning in. Make sure you leave proper comments. You know, let's make sure that we are respectful to each other and we don't do the usual banter and bickering that is not of us. You understand? So part of this journey tonight, we're going to be discussing some major relevant issues, especially when it comes to the young people. But before that, we're going to go to our first segment, the usual segment, the secrets, the lies, and the propaganda.
So when will it be? When will we see them guys euphoria? When will they stop to Mama Kai? Practice this it and blatantly lie. Lord,
There are so many secrets, lies, and propaganda roaming through the air. It's so hard to even walk through. It feels like you're walking through thick fog because you don't know where to turn and where to look. Now, usually part of a minister's job is to journey to other nations and speak to their delegates and usher statements of encouragement. But our Prime Minister decided to journey to our sistering island to utter a very interesting comment that has, well, quite say, rung a bell in the heads of many St. Lucians. Let's take a look.
Very soon.
You heard it. St. Lucia will have a general election very soon now, assuming that this government has about a year and a half left in power. Soon could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it can even be next year. So that's what one would assume when they hear soon, just based on the timeline of their administration. However, in a press briefing recently, he uttered this statement. Take a look.
I can assure you there are going to be no elections in St. Lucia anytime soon.
Again, he keeps reiterating the statement soon. You're saying that St. Lucia will soon have elections, and then you're saying St. Lucia will not have elections anytime soon. How can you deal with such contradictory statements from an administration that seems to be in quite a tobacco with themselves, never knowing what side to go, what side to stay? It's like walking with a fork in the road. His brain goes one way, his mouth goes straight, and then the body goes the other way. Mav, I can't process all of this nonsense. Soon, people, he says soon, and then he say not soon. Mav, what you mean by soon? But the United Workers' Party, we will try to make sure that soon comes sooner than expected. Now, part of the secret lies and propaganda also relates to the agriculture sector. We've had many discussions about it as it relates to some issues that it's facing. But there's a very interesting clip that I want you to view so that you can understand where I'm about to go with this story. Let's take a look.
NFTO chairman Eustace Monrose has fired back at United Workers' Party. UWP claims that the agriculture sector is on the decline, arguing that the 17% contraction is due to a reduction in banana exports. St. Lucia's banana sector, which is part of the country's overall agriculture industry, has been challenged by the aftermath of natural disasters.
Last year, 2023, Tropical Storm Brett had a significant impact on St. Lucia. Although it did not reach hurricane status, Brett brought near hurricane force winds and heavy rain to the island on June 22nd, causing widespread damage, agricultural damage, including the destruction of over 75% of the island's banana crop. Later in the year, Tropical Storm Philippi also affected St. Lucia, causing flooding as it passed north of the island. So what we have seen, the whole agricultural crop of bananas was basically destroyed. So as a result, it caused a plummet of 17% in terms of export of agricultural products. But that does not mean that we did very poorly in agriculture. That was not the case. It was because of the passage of this tropical storm, our whole banana crop was destroyed. And it took us a long time, at least, to recover.
Monrose explains that the sector continues to be impacted by natural.
There are so many interesting statements made during this news clipping that I would like to address. But let me debunk this real quick. Let me give you some facts and some actual data. The SLP continues to lie and deceive St. Lucians. According to data from the 2023 Social and Economic Review, which is published by the Ministry of Finance, St. Lucia's agricultural sector contracted by 17% in 2023. Fishing declined by 4.6%. Livestock production declined by 17.3%. Chicken production declined by 11.7%. Pork production declined by 41.6%. Egg production declined by 7.8%. Let me be correct, 7.8%. Banana production declined by 45.5%. Non-banana crops declined by 17.3%. Regional exports of bananas declined by 54%. And if you want to find this information, you can find this information on page 32 of the 2023 Social and Economic Review on the Ministry of Finance's website. Now, people, he said one statement. He said overall agriculture was banana. Now, if you understand agriculture, understand we need to diversify. You understand change, and we need to do different variation of integration in agriculture. I was watching a very interesting show, Newsmaker, where a particular gentleman representing the youth spoke about vertical farming, and I thought that was an ingenious idea for those who live in small spaces or crowded spaces to get into agriculture practices. We need to learn how to integrate our young people into agriculture development and influence agricultural prosperity throughout St. Lucia. But, you know, there's a lot more to talk about, but, you know, that's for another time as we conclude our secrets, lies, and propaganda segment.
Tout a bouche you say lie, a ballon you say lie, a the bag you say lie, a the posh you say lie. It's lie, 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 lie. When they sitting in park.
This is a paid political program.
The people feel so insecure. We gotta tell it like it is, tell it like it is. We don't love how them a live, love how them a live. We gotta make it our business. Our brothers and our sisters, they are being killed. We gotta tell it like it is, tell it like it is. We don't love how them a live, love how them a live. We gotta make it our business.
The man, square leg. That will do it. 8 score. or more for Brian Lara.
Usain Bolt storming through, he takes it again, Blake gets the silver.
Television will receive a free telemetry on Hot 7 TV. At Hot FM and Hot 7 TV, we understand the pain and difficulty you are experiencing during this time of bereavement, and we are committed to helping you in any way we can. On Hot FM, deaf announcements are broadcast from Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. On Hot 7 TV, they are aired on weekdays at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. and on Sundays immediately following the live broadcast of the church service at the Barbono Good Shepherd Catholic Church with Father Albert. If you are in need of such services, we are here for you. Contact us at 452-6040.
Chops on. The feet have gone nowhere, but the ball has found the woodwork.
Absolutely huge from the Briton. It's been coming for a long time. If she's broke that magical 7-meter line.
Goes for it. It's beaten the man, square leg. That will do it. 8 scores of 200 or more for Brian Lara.
Usain Bolt storming through, he takes it again, Blake gets the silver.
Play of the day for the Heat. Derek Jones.
Unforgettable moments in sports. Sports classics during the Hot 7 Nightly News.
In times of grief, Hot 7 TV and Hot FM are here to support you. We offer deaf announcement packages for both radio and television at affordable prices. In fact, when you choose to place a deaf announcement on Hot FM with more than 2 airings, you will receive a free telemetry on Hot 7 TV. At Hot FM and Hot 7 TV, we understand the pain and difficulty you are experiencing during this time of bereavement, and we are committed to helping you in any way we can. On Hot FM, deaf announcements broadcast from Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. On Hot 7 TV, they are aired on weekdays at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. and on Sundays immediately following the live broadcast of the church service at the Barbono Good Shepherd Catholic Church with Father Albert. If you are in need of such services, we are here for you. Contact us at 452-6040.
Thank you for staying tuned to Like It Is, where we discuss matters that are important to you. Now, I want to go into an essential topic, especially as it relates to me and many individuals, youth in politics. Many people say young people should not be involved in politics. Many people say that young people need to be at the helm. And one of the biggest things that I feel like we are facing is the fact that young people are not given the opportunity to be at the helm, that they are just items of tokenism that are being held back. when we're moving to an era where we're discussing implementation of strategies for the future, we tend to limit ourselves on the possibilities of the future when we don't integrate our young people into the system. So as a young person in politics, I started my journey with the United Workers' Party actually back in 2021, aiding in many of its campaigns, many of its strategies, and doing many of its marketing events actually. And I was afraid. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to hold back and feel like, you know, it was an amazing thing. I was afraid because victimization is real. Many young people are afraid to come out and talk on platforms such as this, who get nerves, who are jittery, who feel, you know, like they're going to be put in a position where they're going to lose their livelihoods for uttering their own opinions on matters that are affecting them. If you watched the Flubbo Live on Sunday, Nancy made a very interesting point where an individual took a picture of the road and posted it on her Facebook page. And the CEO of an organization decided to call her into the office to tell her to take down that post because it did not make the government look good. Now imagine that you have social media, you have freedom of speech, you have freedom of movement, and even that seems to be a restraint to you, because you cannot even say what you want or say the issues that matter to you without ever feel like you're being muffled up. Some time ago, I was working at a media house. I'm not going to say which one, but I was working for a media house a while back. And I went by the marketplace or the arcade, whichever side that you want to call it, to do an interview with a taxi driver who uttered some very essential points for the country and its development, especially for its taxi drivers. And upon leaving, I was walking back to the office when my cameraman watched and said, "We cannot use that footage." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because that footage will make them look bad and they don't want us to do that." I said, "How do you mean?" He said, "Well, previously we had that situation where the PM called in and said, he doesn't like that, take it down, it makes them look bad, and they had no choice but to take it down and look bad." And this is coming from my experience. This is not he say, she say, they say. This is coming from my experience working at a media house. So this really lets you know that this administration is really bent on holding the victory, on holding the mandate, that it is so reluctant to look bad. And anything that makes them look bad, they try to blemish it, try to wipe it out, try to make it seem as though it doesn't exist. But if that is being done, then how much is really being exposed on the media for us to really know if they continue to wipe out and have the secrets, the lies, and the propaganda being held back because they refuse to look like actual human beings who cannot run a country? What does that tell you? That as a young person in media, in journalism, I cannot even say I want to investigate without being shut down because people don't want to look bad. Where is the democracy? Where is the freedom? Where is the development for our institutions and our youth? How are we supposed to encourage young people to come out and speak if you are shooting them down and making idle threats for their livelihood? And this administration has failed to develop the livelihood because a young person needs 2 jobs just to survive. You cannot afford a mortgage, you cannot afford a car, you cannot even afford the basic cost of living when bus fare has risen by almost 50 cents in some areas. Mind you, when I used to work in the public sector as a teacher, I was spending $200 a month. I live in Castries, and just to get to work at a school in Castries, I'm spending $200 a month. What does that say? What does that say about what our young people are going through? Will I own a home? Will I have a successful business? Will I actually be in a position where I can say, I'm good? No, I will not. The policies are very, very poor. The development is poor. The governance is poor. You put people in certain positions because you want to maintain control, not because they're qualified. And then now when young people who have the skills, because, and before I go further, I want to put this into perspective. An article I read indicated that it is hard for a person with a master's degree to get a job in St. Lucia. Imagine that you go to school to study for about 6 years and you cannot get a job in St. Lucia. And for you to get a job under this administration, it's about who do you know. It's about who do you know. They don't care about the survivability of all. They care about the survivability of their loyal. Just think about that. Not all, but they're loyal. So as I continue this story, I want to say to my young people that it is time for you to stand up and speak out. To my fellow St. Lucians, stop telling your children do not get involved in politics. It is a dangerous game. It is not a dangerous game. It's the people who are in the government that are making it a dangerous game. And when they make it a dangerous game, they instill fear. You see, there are two ways to control people in this world: by fear and by faith. And right now, St. Lucians are being victimized and try to be governed by fear. The fear of not being able to go outside and feel safe because you don't know where the next bullet is going to fly from. The fear of speaking out and joining a protest for the development of your country. You cannot even go and speak out on the networks because you're afraid that your face is going to be seen and you are going to be targeted. And many of you know it. You see it. The price of cheese, my goodness, it's skyrocketing. Gas. You complained in our administration when it was $13.95. Now it's $16 going to $17. You don't even want to buy a vehicle anymore. Just the grocery traffic alone will make you sit there and just say, you know what, I regret it. You will burn more gas sitting in the traffic from Grocery to Castries than actually just driving around from Viewfort to Castries. I'm telling you, it's real. We're barely making money. And then now for us to be able to survive, we need essential things like a vehicle. And then even insurance, license, and all of these things have gone up. You can barely even take care of yourself. So how are we developing the future? How are we developing our young people where we're not developing themselves and their salaries? Speaking of salaries, I've had the opportunity to walk in town recently. And while walking in town, I met with a young lady who works in the public sector. Now, mind you, they made a whole hoopla about this minimum wage thing. Said, oh, they're getting an increase, da-da-da-da-da. Nobody should be making 1,001. This young lady met me in town. Says, Joshua, I need your help getting another job. I said, why? Because the job that I have, I'm only making $900 a month. I'm sitting there, but I'm saying you're going to a government institution, you're a full-time worker, and you're making $900 a month. But then now this same administration is making a hoopla about minimum wage. What does that tell you when a young person cannot even make it over $1,000 in this administration? Doing the same work, mind you, that others or their loyalists will probably make $2,000 or $3,000 from. You understand where I'm coming from? This is the gripe that young people are facing. And then now, it's going to be hard for someone like her to come and talk out, because even when she comes and talks out now, if she does, will she have a job? Will she? Because she cannot come out and talk. So either she has to sit there and suffer and need that salary living paycheck to paycheck, or if she comes and talks and is part of the movement, you know what ends up happening? She gets fired. She loses her job, her livelihood, and everything that is her. And you know why? Because they have their people on almost every board in every area around the island. And because she came and speak out, you know what's probably going to happen? She may not get a job anywhere else. You know I know that so? I applied for a job in June, right? With the same qualifications that I have today. And I did not get a call back. Not one email, not one thing to tell me they didn't accept me, they didn't say anything. Right after I started speaking on our platforms, the Flubbo Lives, the Roundtable, the rallies, within the same time I saw that same company advertise the same position over again. I was curious, so I applied again. But I applied 3 days before the deadline. Let me see what would have happened. 3 days before the deadline, I got a call. You got in, you made it to the interview stage. I said, my God. I said, my God, this is the exact same resume I sent you in June. Why are you accepting me now? Why? Is it a setup? Is it that you're trying to keep me quiet? Is it you're trying to hold me back? And then when I watched the organization and I watched who it was under, let's just say I'm from Castries North, so it gave you a little bit of a suspicion, but I'm not going to go into any further. I'm not about to spew propaganda. I'm about to spew information. Data, statistics, and facts. And this kind of goes to show you that unless you stand up, unless you speak out, unless you do something and you make your name, you will not be seen, and that's a big problem. Not everyone is as vocal as I am to be able to come and talk on this platform and utter, their thoughts and perspectives. Some like to be in the background, but doesn't mean they're not workers. I mean, we are United Workers for a reason. We're all working at different aspects. Some are on the ground hitting it hard. Some are on platforms like this uttering their statements. And some, well, they're pushing the paperwork to make sure that things get done. But we're all United Workers behind the scenes making sure that the country can still govern itself and people can still move around. Imagine that, young people like me. So when it comes to this aspect, work and dealing with these strains, you know what it is? Young people are getting tired. And you know what else happens? They move. Where do they move? Off the island. Brain drain, which is something that we are facing when we neglect our biggest resource, which is our human resource. Our biggest resource is our young people. When we neglect them, we don't give them the resources, we don't give them the avenues for them to develop. You know what happens? They move away, and we're just left with, well, you're living in it. You can see it. You can feel it. We are not developing our human capital. As our doctors are resigning, and not just the older doctors, the younger ones too, they're leaving. Our young doctors, our young nurses, they're tired, they're frustrating, they're resigning, and they're leaving. When those type of professionals continue to leave the system and complain about their healthcare situation in St. Lucia, and you have a prime minister that says they're moving on to greener pastures, my brother, there's one thing from moving from one place to another for your development. It is a problem when there's a whole army that decides to move with it. Then that lets you know there's a problem. How are you telling them that they're moving on to greener pastures if there is no pastures in the first place where they are, so they have to move? You're not making any logical sense here. When your young people are leaving in droves, when your young people are the ones killing each other on the street, when your young people have to come on platforms like this and utter these remarks, it lets you know that you are doing something wrong. You understand? SLP, Papi Show. So when young people like me take the mantle and take the platform, you know the biggest thing that we face? Is the comment that we're not old enough to understand politics. Since when politics has an age? Since when does politics have an age? So you mean to tell me that I must be out of youth to go for politics to debate and argue on behalf of my young people? Is that what you're telling me? So I want to say this quote, and it's a very important quote, and I'm going to read this quote to you. It says, "Youth is not just an age. It is a divine calling to stand up, speak out, and change the world." Let me say this again. It is a divine calling to stand up, speak out, and change the world. Now let that resonate with you and understand where I'm coming from. Though when we speak about, especially in the Bible, when we speak about individuals like Moses and Joseph and all of our great prophets, we usually showcase them in their elder years. But how quickly we forget that our prophets and our leaders were anointed in their youth. David, the next king of Israel, was anointed when he was a mere shepherd's boy. He did not take down Goliath when he was a teenager or in his 20s or his 30s. He took down Goliath before he even reached puberty. Let's look at Mary, who was a very young woman. Very young. Through Immaculate Conception, she gave birth to the Lord and Savior of the world. I think a lot of you have not understand that the youth phase is the development phase. And this is the phase where we stand up, we speak out, and we change the world. Too often you believe that the elders know so much and belittle us for thinking that we know so little, failing to realize that we are in an era of technology where the same information that you can recollect, we can access it in that same instance. Failing to realize that our youth are on the ground and they're working. Some of you have seen them with potential candidates who are aspiring to lead St. Lucia. Some of you have seen the development that's happening in the communities. Some of you have spoken to them in the communities. Some of you have had integral discussions with them on the development of St. Lucia. And yet, you really think that we're too young to actually lead? No. It is this perspective that this administration has to make you believe that we as young people are incapable and have insufficient knowledge or experience to change the world, but fail to realize that this is our era, this is our calling, and this is our institution, and this is our God-given birthright as St. Lucians to stand up, to speak out, and to change the world. And if you continue to utilize our age against us, you continue to be part of the problem that we are facing today. For the decisions of tomorrow must be made today. And in order for it to be made today, it must be consulted by those who are integrated into the systems of today. You understand? So as a young person in politics, I want to encourage my young people. I want to encourage you to stand up, to speak out, to make your voices heard. My name is Joshua. Let's rally and share our voices around the walls of Jericho that are burdening this land and are holding us hostage and making us victims of the ignorance of so many individuals in St. Lucia. Right? I want us to focus on our development. I want us to focus on the key issues that matter. Let us not deal with the propaganda and lies. Let us bring truth, facts, and statistics. We've seen Greta Thunberg take it to the UN on climate change. We've seen it historically in the Bible. We've seen it with Rosa Parks, who sat on that bus and said, no, I am not doing it, and changed the entire world. In order to change the world, you must stand up. In order to change the world, you must take risk. In order to change the world, you must make noise and cause havoc in the place that will make people say it is time for a change. And when I say havoc, I don't mean riot and do all kind of things that are inhumane. When I say havoc, I mean make some noise, make them wonder, oh my goodness, are we losing ground? We're losing our support. We're losing everything, because they are bent on holding on to the victory. But victory is not yours to hold on to. Victory is given unto the Lord, and it's given to him, not to him, but it's given to those who are appointed and anointed to change the world, to change the game, to change the minds, to change the hearts, to change everything that is. So before we open our lines, we're going to go to a break. I want you to stay tuned and keep it real.
In times of grief, Hot 7 TV and Hot FM are here to support you. We offer deaf announcement packages for both radio and television at affordable prices. In fact, when you choose to place a deaf announcement on Hot FM with more than 2 airings, you will receive a free telemetry on Hot 7 TV. At Hot FM and Hot 7 TV, we understand the pain and difficulty you are experiencing during this time of bereavement, and we are committed to helping you in any way we can. On Hot FM, deaf announcements are broadcast from Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. On Hot 7 TV, they are aired on weekdays at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. and on Sundays immediately following the live broadcast of the church service at the Barbono Good Shepherd Catholic Church with Father Albert. If you are in need of such services, we are here for you. Contact us at 452-6040.
Attempt at 194. She's got it! As the gold medal Pan American Games champion.
Looked a good shot, McMike's goal straight to the field. It does, and there's the Bravo jig. The big man Brathwaite has gone into the bottom wicket.
What a performance by the Briton. He's getting roared on by the crowd. Who's taking the last gold at one of the greatest editions of the World Championship? Lalonde Gordon with the run of his life. Trinidad.
On Unforgettable moments in sports. Sports classics during the Hot 7 Nightly News.
My goodness, I feel like I've probably spoken maybe a bit too much on this live because, I know there are people who want to call, people who want to, join the discussion. So we're now opening our lines. Let us remember to be respectful, to be kind and courteous, not only to each other, but in the comment section as well underneath the live. So the lines are open. The landline's number is 450-0777. That is 450-0777. You can also WhatsApp at 284-3499. Again, the number is 284-3499. So come join me and let us talk like it is and share your thoughts and your insights. Yes. Yes, but while we are getting ready to have a wonderful discussion with many of our viewers around the world who will be joining us, I want us to also keep into mind that in order for us to change the way that society is being governed with all of the issues, we must also look at ourselves. We must also understand and see what we can do to better our community. Let us not always rely on the government to make a change to our little communities. Let us come together, band together, whether it be community watch programs, after schools, whatever it might be. Let us write to foundations and institutions like SSDF and the National Youth Council and these agencies to help put programs in place for our community to keep our young children active. Because right now, the term that I hear the most is that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And that seems to be a big issue happening right now. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, come join me. Let's talk like it is. And the number for the landline is 450-0777. Once again, 450-0777. You can also come in on WhatsApp at 284-3499. So come join the discussion. Let's tell it like it is. And let's see how we can make St. Lucia a better place. Let's not just talk all the propaganda, but let's come with some actual solutions for the development of our nation. We have a caller. Thank you. This is Like It Is. Yes, good evening.
Yes, hello, good night.
Hello, good night, good night. This is Like It Is. Thank you for calling.
I'm calling on behalf of the program.
Can you speak a bit louder, caller? I can't hear you.
I like the way how you talk.
Caller, you seem to have some feedback caused by your phone or television in the background. I don't know if you can idle that for the moment so that we can hear you properly. Oh, well, we have had a loss of this call, but keep calling individuals, keep talking, keep sharing underneath the lives and share your comments. Call in, again, the numbers on the screen in front of you, and you can channel us on WhatsApp. The number is 284-3499, so you can also reach out on WhatsApp to us by giving us a call or sending us a message and join the discussion and tell it like it is.
Hello?
Hello, good night, caller. This is Like It Is.
Oh, Mike Ferry, okay.
I'm good, I'm good.
You good?
Yes.
Let me tell you, I am all UWP at the time of St. John.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'll give you my name.
Yes.
William Bissett, I was with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Started with the UWP in the UWP Youth Arm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Today I am 64 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but you're doing a very good job. I appreciate that.
Yes, indeed.
Fellas like us pass the baton to you all.
Mm-hmm.
But the Susse, King the Snake, mess up us. He was the president of the youth arm,
Mm-hmm.
and we had liked him very much.
Mm-hmm.
And today he betrayed us. He betrayed. But whoever heard me today, Mr. Shasta have to be the Prime Minister of St. Lucia.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I know they hearing you, they hearing me. I say my name. I don't care if nobody. Because the country is bleeding. The country is bleeding. Jugba is sick.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll take over in English. But in Patois, he was the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keep up the good work. Keep up the good works. God will prevail, and nobody with lies and lies and lies, portions of lies, building this country devilish. Blood is flowing, everything. The country is not finished. I heard people say St. Lucia finished.
Mm-hmm.
St. Lucia can't finish. The people will finish, but not St. Lucia. St. Lucia is trees, mountains, valleys, that's St. Lucia, but the people people will finish if we move on like that with this administration. Is to kill us. These fellas are killers. And I don't care, keep up the good works as a young person as you, and I appreciate, and a lot of people my age appreciate and watching you tonight. I thank you.
Thank you so much, caller, for that wonderful contribution. Thank you. It means a lot. Yes, so this really puts into perspective that when those founding members and those who were coming up in the United Workers' Party can call in and say, you know, they're happy to see the young people taking charge and they're happy to see the young people pushing through, that really brings joy to my heart. And that should be motivation for young people to continue having these discussions. Yes, caller, you're on the air. Oh, this is Like It Is. Come on, talk to me. Tell it like it is. No, we seem to have lost that call. But ladies and gentlemen, let this be a pure example of the development of our nation. As we see young people coming out in droves, we've never seen so many young people interested in joining politics. And what makes it even better is that they're so interested in joining the United Workers' Party. So that lets you know that the party is doing something. Like I said last night, my uncle has a great phrase that he tells me. If someone likes you, if everyone likes you, I should say, there's a problem. If everyone hates you, then you're the problem. But if some like you and some hate you, then everything is fine. Caller, you're on the air. This is Like It Is. Let's tell it like it is.
Yes.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. I'm calling from Report. Report don't have no work, and to be honest, going up cashews and going back off in Report,
Mm-hmm.
as there is money, transport making money,
Mm-hmm.
and as is for bills alone you working for.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, caller, for that wonderful contribution. You see, when individuals cry out like this and tell you that they feel like the money that they earn is just going straight towards either bills or mortgage or a loan and they don't get time to enjoy it, it lets you know that either they're not being paid enough or the cost of living is too high for individuals to be able to take some level of relaxation and enjoy their funds and the labors of their hard work. And this can lead to mental health issues. This can lead to a crisis on the other hand. And we don't even put emphasis on the mental health of individuals in St. Lucia. So this is something that even goes into another topic, but that's probably for a later episode. Again, the numbers on the screen, it is 450-0777, or you can contact us on WhatsApp at 284-3499. Ladies and gentlemen, tell it like it is. Let's have an entertaining conversation tonight. Let's really tell the Labour Party like it is. Yes, good night, caller. This is Like It Is. Tell it like it is.
Hi, good night.
Good night, good night.
I want to make a contribution to the program.
Yes, yes.
Am I live now?
Yes, yes, you're on the air.
Okay, I just want to say, like the previous caller, I am in my 60s also, and I am very, very much impressed with you, young man. I mean, where have you been all those years? You know, I personally can see you as the next Minister of Education. Keep up the good work. Have a good one.
Thank you so much, caller. It really warms my heart to know that my efforts are really paying off, especially for education. I love the Ministry of Education. I think that it's my home. I have been part of the National Students' Council. I have been part of many organizations in St. Lucia, many looking after the concept of education, membership, and development of our young people. I have a repertoire that spans almost 15 years. So that goes to show you that I have been involved in the youth movement for a very long time, especially advocating for educational development here in St. Lucia, which I think is an essential component for developing the human resource of our country. Let's not look at just the components of graduating, but what skills can they earn through digital development, whether it be coding, software development, and so much more. Yes, good night, caller. This is Like It Is. Tell it like it is. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, why you all are coming with the facts? They Shafni sell the kakabef. Why you all hiding it? Come out with the facts. Don't lie. Put out the truth out. Yeah. Just
Thank you, caller. Now, I know that has been a recent issue that has been circulating and perpetrating the internet severely, and it has affected many people because this has been a staple as our culture. But in due time, we will put out a statement maybe later on in the month, but don't worry, developments are happening. Let us analyze and put out factual statements because we're not part of the secrets, the lies, and the propaganda. Thank you so much, caller, for that. Now, with this experience that I've had in youth development, being able to sit here, I've been able to travel and see various different dynamic young people who have concepts beyond imagination. And it really makes me excited to sit here and not only talk to you locally, but talk to those regionally and internationally and share a perspective that goes beyond what is already being taught in our educational institutions. We must allow our young people to be creative and think outside the box. We must allow people to go outside the norm. It is okay to be the black sheep. It is okay. To be honest, we are an island of 180,000 people in a world full of 8 billion. We're going to be the black sheep of the world, and we have to be the black sheep of the world for us to stand out. We must keep pushing. We must keep seeing beyond what is in front of us. If we only look at the horizon, then we will never realize that the earth is round and is always rotating because we only rely on our sense of sight. Human beings are beyond physical comprehension. We are beings of high intellect. We are made from the hands of the Creator. Let us not subdue ourselves to bullies who believe that they can help you when they're really trying to fool you, if you get my drift. Let us continue to push the agenda of development on a national, regional, and international scale. Let us push sports development and have more gold medalists and silver medalists and bronze medalists in the Olympics. Let us push to have a Grammy Award-winning artist. Let us push for the next Leonardo da Vinci's and all the creative painters. Let us push this narrative. Thank you for calling Like It Is. Caller, speak to me. Tell it like it is. Good evening.
Yes.
Good night. This is Like It Is. Yes, caller, you're in the air.
Philip J. Pierre say he giving $6 an hour. They're not no money to find a child or a mother to send their children to school.
Thank you so much, caller. And it is true. And I made these statements on the live. When I spoke on the Flubbo Lives, you can check that out on the United Workers' Party's page. Our young mothers, our fathers, our brethren are struggling to make ends meet, choosing between food or sending the children to school. I like to say the Honorable Rush Clark made a statement back in Bexar, but I'll finish that statement in a while. Caller, you're on the air. This is Like It Is.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, caller.
How do you do, sir?
Yes.
How do you do, sir?
Yes. Caller, you seem muffled. Can you speak up a bit for us?
I am saying, I'm asking, how do you do?
We seem to have a bit of an interruption there. But like I was saying, I like to say the Honorable Rush Clark because that's how I see him. Made a statement in Bexar sometime in September when he spoke about a mother who's sending her kids to school on rotation because she could not afford to, you understand, who cannot afford to send their children to school. And that is a big issue that we're facing right now between parents choosing to put food on the table or sending their kids to school. We must look at creative ways to mitigate this situation. Whether we look at digital economies where parents can work from home so they don't have to go out as much and save a lot more money, digitalizing our classroom to make sure students have access to e-learning, not just giving them a laptop, but give them a laptop with substance. They have their books on there so they can, review their work. These are things that we need to look at, St. Lucia. This is Like It Is. Caller, you're on the air. Let's tell it like it is.
Good evening, sir. How do you do?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. Thank you very much. I just want to find out from you, when should we expect to hear the evidence that Mr. Shasney got from the United States regarding the passport sale?
Caller, thank you for that question. I cannot give you any answer to that question. I cannot give you any definitive statement on that question. I know you are inquiring, but that is something that is beyond even me, so I cannot give any definitive answer on that, but I'm thankful for your inquiry into this subject. And as I'm continuing, ladies and gentlemen, let us look at ways for us to be able to change the direction that St. Lucia is heading, because Helen is crumbling. Let's face it, Helen is crumbling. I know some of you are upset because your tires are taking a pluck on the road. My goodness, just to come here, boy, in the vehicle, I really felt it. I say, how? That is disrespect to the vehicle. Vehicles are already expensive, let alone try to get parts for them. And imagine what happened. You only see roads fixing around election time. Well, maybe election might be soon. Like he said, I see a lot of roads fixing, so that might be the case, but who knows? Who knows? The agenda is still out of this world. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind us, especially for our parents, do not stifle your child's dream. Do not stifle their development. Do not stifle their growth. Because as much as we want our children to get the educational development that they should, which they should, I mean, you must get your educational development, you must also be aware of the various changes that are happening within our environment. A dream will take you a lot further than you think. Caller, you on the air. This is Like It Is. Talk to me.
Good night, sir.
Hi.
What's happening?
Yes, good night, caller.
This guy just could you put me on to the show, please?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes. You're on the air, caller. You're on the air. You're live.
Okay. All right. Okay. I got this guy just now asking you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a dumb question.
Yes.
He didn't listen to Martinez. What evidence shots they got to give him? They got to deal Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they got to deal. They got to deal with the great man, Sir Michael Shasta. They got to deal with the U.S. Court of Justice Department. And Martinez, not the great man. What's wrong with this guy? Shasta got nothing to give the body. They have to give it. They, the Mongoose gang, have to give what they have to the Court of Justice to prove themselves guilty or not guilty. Not the great man. The great man not into their shit. What's wrong with them? SFP do everything wrong with them. Everything backward to them. Kicking the ball in the backside, and they come in really talking a lot of shit every night and every day. Huh? Going starving and dying and no medicine, no this, no that, and they go in the desert on camel back and stand telling you, watch me, look at me, I'm on a camel back, and all kind of bullshit. Huh? And they come on the radio and ask us all the dumb questions. When the ministers insulting people of St. Lucia, selling your seabed, selling your ports, $6 billion in arrears. Not arrears, we don't know where it's gone. And they talk about nonsense. Where did people come from? Where they come from, man? You've been too nice to those guys, man. You want to shake up. What's for those guys? Don't let come you all the bullshit. This is the worst government. This is the worst government ever in history of St. Lucia. I thought Kenny was bad, but they, according to the Red Bousquet, they're worse than rock. They're horrible. How can anybody put on a pants and shirt and go in line? They go on and go in and vote for those guys. I just don't understand that. I can't comprehend that. Not one minister could put his or her hand in the air and say, well, I'm doing a good job. Not one. And let me tell you something, sir.
Yes.
They're all birds of a feather. Because all the nonsense that the leader of the Mongoose gang, the communist Mongoose gang, John B. government doing, they all agree. They all love it. And you know who trained them? Kenny Anthony trained them. People are asking why Kenny Anthony is so quiet. Why he's so quiet? Because he trained them. He got nothing to say. He can't say nothing. That's who he trained. The gentleman just not gentleman. The leader of the Mongoose gang just got 100% clearance. 100% to lead. The worst, let me say this to you, sir. Let me say this to you.
Cole, I don't want to cut you short because your contribution is very valuable to us, but we also have other callers on the live. But thank you for contributing and speaking out and sharing your opinions. Thank you so much.
All right, cool, bro. All right, cool, bro.
So much passion. There's so much passion about the injustice happening in our society. There's so much to discuss. My goodness, I wish we had all night, but we don't. We don't. Because there's so much to address when it comes to the administration. But I advise you all to not only just watch us on TV, but also watch us on Facebook. Share the live, comment, talk to a friend about it. Let's make sure we bring our community into the discussion so that everyone can have a point of view. And even if someone may differ from your point of view, let's have difference of opinions respectfully, because it's those respective differences that allow us to move forward. Let us not bash each other and do like what they do in parliament to each other. This is not how the future of our governance, and I'm pointing to myself, of our government is going to function, especially when we, the young people, come in and take the mantle. So make sure you check us out on Facebook. Make sure you share. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend that I'm on the air, you know, make sure you let them know this is an interesting discussion. So if you want to call in, the landline number is 450-0777. The number again is 450-0777. If you want to contact on WhatsApp, it is 284-3499. Join me. The lines are open, and come and tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. This is not only my platform, this is yours as well. But my goodness, our country is in a state where we're now having to choose between survival and the other side. And you all know what the other side is. I'm not going to say the other side. And somebody was speaking to me recently about youth involved in crime and can we stop it? I'm going to say the same thing that I said yesterday. Free will. Free will. Everybody has free will. You cannot stop anybody from doing whatever they want to do. Everybody has free will. So as much as we may say, oh, the crime situation, the crime situation, the crime situation. First of all, on a national government level, there's only so much that we can do. There's only so much that we can institute. There are only so many policies that we can really put out there. But we also need to come together as a community. We need to come back to this concept of a community raising a child. We cannot sit there and say a child has gone missing and the first thing you want to say is the child at the man home. That's come on, Missy, come on. And sometimes that's not even the case. And we already put a label on someone. And imagine that already your picture is already out there because you're missing and that's the label that's already been attached to you. How do you think that affects the mental health of a young person? How do you think that affects the self-esteem of that person? And then we wonder why our youth are sitting in the background and don't want to say anything. Because we are destroying our own nation's pride. We are destroying our own nation's concept of thinking when we belittle each other for menial things. We must look after each other. If you see that a child is hungry, help them. Give them bread. Give them some food. You understand? Don't say, that's not my child. That's not my business. No. We can help develop because you never know who you're talking to. You never know who you could be helping. You never know who you could be developing there. And the mistake that we always make is believing that if it's not ours, it's not about business. And that is the mindset that we have in St. Lucia, which is why we have so many problems. We want to be a complaining nation, but we don't want to be a doing nation. And the fact of the matter is, it is the young people who are doing the doing after some people in the heads or in the tops are the complaining when they have the power to do something about it. You see me here on this platform, young person on this platform doing something, addressing the matter. Through my skills, my articulation, I am addressing the situations at hand. So it says a lot. What are we doing? Why are we just talking the talk and not walking the walk? Why do we continue to say it's the same old government? Because you are bringing the same old people back into power, because you are shutting down the new faces who can bring the change. And that's one of the biggest issues that we have. We are allergic to change. The minute that something goes against our norms, rather than we observe it, we deny it and then we ridicule it. So when we ask people to be themselves, they don't want to be themselves. It's because the minute that they are themselves, there's a judgmental factor that comes with them being themselves. That is why so many young people always have the answer of saying, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a this, because that's the generic answers that we want them to have. I spoke to a group of young people in the beginning of November. And I asked them what did they want to be. And a young gentleman said, I want to be a content creator. If you said that back in 2010, I'm sure your parents are going to watch you like, what nonsense are you doing? But when you see people like Mr. Beast and Kai Sinan and all of the others doing what they love and becoming great at what they're doing, so much so that they're making great revenue from it, it inspires you to do more and be more. Because there's more than one way to make revenue. It's true, there's more than one way to make a salary. Young people are imaginative. They have big dreams. They have big aspirations. Why are we belittling them? Because we have the same old perspective and notions that are out of date. We have a ministry for technology. How are we integrating that with all of the other ministries? There is a reason why technology is also under the portfolio of education. How are we integrating the digital age of youth into the digital landscape of the world? Why are we fighting the future? Because we want to attain power in the present, power that we don't even know how to handle. And you can see that with the current administration. You see it. Brother in Samuel Norbert said something. He said, if introverts like me have to come out and make a statement like this, then there's a problem. There is a serious problem at hand. But I don't want to be the only one talking tonight. I want you to join me. The phone lines are open once again, ladies and gentlemen. The landline number is 450-0777, and our WhatsApp is 284-3499. You can also listen to us on Hot FM and Kiss FM. You can also tune in on Hot 7 Communications on Facebook. You can also view it on the United Workers' Party's platform. And you can also tune into your television. Oh, well, correction, Kiss FM. But generally, there are so many platforms where you can view this show. So you cannot say that you did not see it. If you missed out on this, then my goodness, you missed the rise to a young person leading the country to better. You understand? Let's not be afraid to tell it like it is. There is shit going on. You have a prime minister who is jumbling up his words. He's saying one thing in Dominican and he's saying something else in cabinet. You don't know what to believe. It's like every day there's controversy coming out because you don't know what to believe. The statements are contradicting each other. How can you be a contradicting leader but want to be a man of your word? It's very apparent that the age of the youth in leadership is upon us. It is very apparent that the age of leadership is upon us when it comes to the young people. It is very apparent that young candidates are running to the United Workers' Party to be candidates who will change St. Lucia. And all of them have viable and valuable repertoires that lets you know that they are qualified for not just one, not just two, not just three, but a plethora of ministries. So you know that when they win, they are qualified no matter where they go. You understand? So let us not sit back and be idle. Let us not sit back and be idle. Let us join the conversation. Good evening, caller. This is Like It Is. Come and tell us. Oh, the call has dropped. But it's an interesting show. It's an interesting perspective for me to sit there, especially as a young people. To see that my youth are afraid to discuss, they're afraid to come out and talk because they feel that they're going to be belittled, they're going to be badgered, they're going to be watched down upon in society, or they're going to be targets for certain elites. I'm not naming names, you all know the rumors and speculations already. I'm not going to go into that because I'm not want to spread propaganda. But I want my young people to understand that this is your era. This is your time to change. This is your time to get involved in the political arena. Do not be afraid. You are the future. You are in control of the development of the future. Technology has actually been based around the youth. It has been based around the youth. So if technology is being based around you and this future is supposed to be led by you, then do not sit back and say, that is not my business, when on your birth certificate it says nationality St. Lucian. This is your country, my country, our country. When we stand at attention and not with our hands over our hearts, but stand at attention to sing the national anthem, we must sing it with the same pride that we have within ourselves when we go out to events like Carnival and everything, where we want to look nice, proper, and be the it thing. Let's be the it thing for the change of St. Lucia. You are giving these dinosaurs room to tell you what your era is supposed to be when you are the one that's supposed to be creating the mandate and being the architects for the future that you want. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. My elders, thank you so much to a lot of you who I'm able to speak with in the community. But speak to your grandchildren. Tell them about proper politics, not whatever episode is happening inside of Parliament, because I don't know what that is. That is not Parliament. That is not Parliament. Teach them proper governance, diplomacy, and proper development. There's so much more I want to say, but I'll be right back right after this break.
Tell it like it is, when gotta make it our business. Our brothers and our sisters, they are being killed. We gotta tell it like it is, tell it like it is. We don't love how them a live, love how them a live. We gotta make it our
In times of grief, Hot 7 TV and Hot FM are here to support you. We offer deaf announcement packages for both radio and television at affordable prices. In fact, when you choose to place a deaf announcement on Hot FM with more than 2 airings, you will receive a free telemetry on Hot 7 TV. At Hot FM and Hot 7 TV, we understand the pain and difficulty you are experiencing during this time of bereavement, and we are committed to helping you in any way we can. On Hot FM, deaf announcements are broadcast from Monday to Saturday from 6:30 a.m. On Hot 7 TV, they are aired on weekdays at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. and on Sundays immediately following the live broadcast of the church service at the Barbono Good Shepherd Catholic Church with Father Albert. If you are in need of such services, we are here for you. Contact us at 452-6040.
Attempt at 194. She's got it! As the gold medal Pan American Games champion.
Looked a good shot, McMice goes straight to the field, it does. And there's the Bravo jig. The big man, Brathwaite, has gone an important wick.
What a performance by the Briton. He's getting roared on by the crowd. Who's taking the last gold at one of the greatest editions of the World Championship? Lalonde Gordon with the run of his life. Trinidad.
Unforgettable moments in sports. Sports classics during the Hot 7 Nightly News.
The people feel so insecure. We gotta tell it like it is, tell it like it is. We don't love how them a live, love how them a live. We gotta make it our business.
This has been a very interesting discussion tonight. I'd like to thank those who have called in and shared their various perspectives on basically the entire governance of the country. We must look at the development of our nation. We must stand up. We must speak out. We must take pride in who we are in moving forward and not let the archaic beliefs of some divide us or ruin the future for the entire nation. So I want to advise us to rally our young people in leadership. I'm not saying politics, I'm saying leadership. Because to be a leader, there are certain components that we must develop: listening and comprehension, understanding, anger management, time management, and the various essentials that make us great leaders in the development of our nation. And to do so, we must start from the home, we must start from the school and teach our young people that leadership is more than power. It's an essential component that will allow you to go through life and understand the various dynamics of human interaction, the sociological component of humans, the psychological components of humans, the spiritual components of humans. Because great leaders are not leaders who just stand in the front. They're in the middle, they're sometimes in the back, they're on the side, but they're leaders. And they delegate responsibilities. They're not after control. They're after prosperity. And I want you to understand that leadership is a lot more than just winning an election. It is your character and the components that allow you to move forward in life. And you will notice great leaders by how people draw to them and move around them and are willing to learn from them. Those are some great leaders. So I want to put this statement out to the public that join the Flubbo train. Join the Flubbo train. Let's unite and let's paint the country orange. Get ready to turn up the excitement as we rally together to expand the orange protest. Our movement has been growing. But now it's time to ignite an orange revolution across every community, especially those vibrant Flabo neighborhoods. Here's how you can make a difference. Number one, wear your orange with pride. It could be a band on your arm. It could be a shirt. It could be a neck scarf. It could be a handkerchief. It could be a purse. It could be a bag. It could be a watch. But wear your orange. Whether it's a t-shirt, a cap, or a scarf, make sure you have a splash of orange on yourself, your vehicle, or even your home. Let's make our presence known everywhere we go. Number two, spread the orange love. Connect with your constituency branch executive to grab some fabulous orange cloth. Share with family, friends, colleagues, and neighbors. Let's create a wave of orange in our communities. So contact your constituency branch. Every constituency branch of the United Workers' Party is active. So try to contact your constituency branch to find out how you can get a ribbon to tie around your vehicle. Matter of fact, don't take one, take two, take three, and tie all over your vehicle. Let people see the orange. Get on the bus with your orange. Walk around town with your orange. But make sure you have it. Show off your orange spirit. Snap a picture or record a fun video of yourself rocking your orange gear and post it on social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or WhatsApp. Get creative and let your personality shine. So make sure that you wear the orange. Don't be afraid to tag the United Workers' Party when you do so that we can see that you're wearing your orange and we can share. We want the world to see that you're wearing your orange to stand in solidarity with the United Workers' Party. Now, we have an exciting contest salute. The dedicated members of Flabo Train United will vote for the most vibrant and creative pics and videos. Two lucky winners will each receive a delicious ham for the upcoming holiday season. So y'all know, with the prices of these products, you might want to join just to get a chance to win that ham for the holiday season there. You understand, Flabo? Flabo have you hooked up, don't worry. Flabo not going to let you down. Mark your calendars. The deadlines for entry is December 17th. And the winners will be announced on December 19th. The prizes will be available to be collected on December 20th and 23rd at the UWP headquarters. Let's rally together. Come on, Flabo fam. Let's make this orange movement unstoppable. Let's get orange rolling. And it doesn't have to be orange fam. You may not be very political, but if you see the issue, and you know the gas prices, the cost of living, the wages, these issues, have a bit of orange on you. Put it on yourself and walk around. Do not be afraid and do not be ashamed. So to my young people who are listening, who are tuning in, who will come out and support, who will voice their concerns about the situation at hand, I want you to understand, right? I want you to understand that the United Workers' Party's arms are open to you, young people who wish to gain leadership experience, who wish to voice their concern, and who wish to be a part of our youth arms, who wish to be a part of our branches, who wish to come and voice their concerns. Each one of our branches has a youth mobilization officer, has a youth officer to really connect with you all and be able to be a bridge for you all. So don't sit there and feel like, this is not for me, it's for the elders. No, it's for everyone. Everyone has a voice. Everyone has the choice to change the world by stepping up and speaking out. Once again, by stepping up and speaking out. And I want you all to understand that. Do not fear. Oh, we have a caller with us. Hello, caller. This is Like It Is. Tell it like it is.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Good program. Good program.
Thank you.
I want to say this to the young people, and I'm aiming and I'm focusing my contribution tonight on the youth, because the youth will make the fundamental difference in the run-up to this upcoming general election. And as we can clearly see, the St. Lucia Labour Party has failed the young people. There's no bright prospect. When you look at the boast about this youth economy, which is a sham, it's a scam, because they're giving young people the impression that okay, you can just get free money, open up a business, and everything is honky-dory. When the Philip Pierre administration, the Labour Party, this current Labour Party government, everything they do is a scam, it's a sham. And so this youth economy is another scam by the Labour Party. Because if you delve deep into this youth economy, you will realize that the monies that they give those young people are not free money. It's a loan. There are conditions which you must meet with regards to that loan. So I want young people to understand. Don't get fooled and carried away by the theatrics, by the rhetoric, by the gimmicks, by the bluff of the St. Lucia Labour Party. This youth economy is no free money. It's not a grant where you say, oh, it's free and you can just go there, get $5,000, $10,000 and everything is honky-dory. I can open up a business and that is it. You are getting a loan with a condition, just like a normal loan from a bank or any financial institution, and you have to repay. And from my information, my brother, a greater percentage of young people who join this youth economy are saying to me that they regret they took that because they cannot even manage to pay those loans back because there's no economy. The economy under St. Lucia Labour Party is bad. People are suffering. There's no movement. There's no economic growth. Don't mind all the so-called figures that they say they experience economic growth. There's no economic growth. People are suffering. People are struggling. Inflation is hurting people, and there's no solution, no soulagement, like we'll say in our local parlors. No soulagement coming from this Labour Party government. And so the youth economy is another scam. Just like the 80 golden 80, so-called golden 80 program that they say they had, was another scam. Because when families bring their loved ones 80 and up to the hospital, the medical institutions, the hospitals, they're giving them a huge bill. And when they query us to say, but wait, I thought the government said that it was for free. They say, no, the Ministry of Health did not give them any directive to give any medical care for free. So the golden 80 plus is a scam. The youth economy is another scam. And this Labour Party government continues to fool people. And so I want young people to understand that the future is in our hands. We have a government, a clueless Labour Party government. There's no direction, there's no policy, there's no direction. Young people are frustrated. There's no bright prospect when they leave. Just yesterday, as you would know, so many young people graduated from the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. Where is the prospect? Where are the jobs for them? We only see one set of people getting the jobs under this current Philip Pierre-led Labour administration. Friends, family, jabals, and the clique, they are the ones benefiting. They are the ones getting all the jobs, like Philip Pierre's daughter, who has no experience when it comes to CIP. She got a nice, cushy job because her father is a prime minister of St. Lucia. They are the ones benefiting, not the average young person. Tell me, where's the skills training? Where's the serious skills training for young people? Under Alan Chastney, you had skills training for young people. You had the various call centers, the IPL BPOs and the Ojo labs. Young people saw bright prospects. Under this Labour Party government is gloom and doom. And I want to say to young people, the time has come. Stop saying, I don't want to get involved in politics. Your future is at hand. Your future depends on it. This coming election is and will be the most critical general election in St. Lucia's history. It's either we make or we break. And we can clearly see that under this Labour Party government, everything is in a mess. Healthcare is in a mess. No medication, no beds, nurses and doctors are resigning en masse. There's no direction. So if somebody takes you to the hospital, chances are, unfortunately, you may not come out alive. That is the sad reality in St. Lucia. Meanwhile, government ministers can fly all over to Martinique and France, get medical care, while the poor people suffer. This is the reality of what's happening in St. Lucia. So I want to say to young people, and I want to say bravo to you for stepping up and standing up for what's right as a young person. And you have my full support. Like many young people that I see coming into the United Workers' Party, you guys have my full support and continue on the mission, the rescue mission, to getting rid of the St. Lucia Labour Party government once and for all. Have a blessed night.
Thank you so much, caller, for those kind words and sharing your points. They're very essential for the development of St. Lucia. But once again, join the Flubbo train and let's paint our country orange. Get ready to turn up the excitement as we rally together for the orange protests. Our movement has been growing. But now it's time to ignite an orange revolution across every community, especially in those vibrant Flubbo neighborhoods. So here's how you can make a difference. First, wear your orange with pride. Whether it's a t-shirt, a cap, a scarf, a band, your backpack, your purse, make sure you have a splash of orange on yourself, your vehicle, or even your home. You can put an orange flag in your balcony. You can put an orange tie on your balcony somewhere. Let's see the orange. Let's make our presence known everywhere we go. Number 2, spread the orange love. Connect with your constituency branch executive to grab some fabulous orange cloth. Share with your family, friends, colleagues, and neighbors. Let's create a wave of orange in our communities. Third, show off your orange spirit. Snap a picture or record a fun video of yourself rocking your orange gear and post it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or WhatsApp. Get creative and let your personality shine. Now, we have exciting news. We have a contest. The dedicated members of Flubbo Train United will vote for the most vibrant and creative pics and videos. 2 lucky winners will each receive a delicious ham. They say the holiday season coming. You don't want to miss that. Now, you have to mark your calendars. The deadline for the entries is the December 17th, and the prizes will be available to be collected on December 20th and 23rd at the United Workers' Party headquarters. Right? The winners will be announced on the 19th. So the winners will be announced on the 19th, and collection date for the prizes is on the 20th and the 23rd. Right? So I want us all to rally together. Right? And orange is not just a random color. It's the mixture of yellow and red. So it's all of us coming together to talk about the injustice happening, the high cost of living, the high cost of gas, the poor healthcare system, and all the poor infrastructures, whether it be the schools, the roads, the housing, all of the things that are affecting us. It is time that we come united. We stand tall and we stand strong. It is our time. Young people, wear your orange. Our elders, give us the wisdom and the knowledge so that we can stand up with you and we can advocate with you and for you for the development of you and our youth. Wear your orange. It is the dusk of one era and the dawn of another. Let us do what we must to make St. Lucia great. So I want to thank all of you for tuning in. I cannot fill the shoes of Spider. Spider is legendary. He's great. So, you know, it's always going to be sad that I'm not here with him next to him having the conversation because, you know, I look up to Spider. But I want to thank all of you for tuning in, for sharing on Facebook, for tuning in live on television, and for listening on the radio. This has been Like It Is. I am your host, Joshua Harrow. I'm covering for Spider Montoot. I thank you for your time. I thank you for letting me into your households and being able to have your listening ear and your undivided attention. Have a good evening. Have a best night. Wear your orange, right? Wear it on your wrist. Wear your orange. And make sure you stay safe and you practice proper precaution as you move in society. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
This was a paid political program.
The people feel so insecure. We gotta tell it like it is, tell it like it is. We no love how them a live, love how them a live. We gotta make it our business. Our brothers and our sisters, they are being killed. We gotta tell it like it is, tell it like it is. We no love how them a live, love how them a live. We gotta make it our business.
The opinions expressed on this TV program by the hosts, guests, and callers are solely their opinions and responsibility. They do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Hot 7 TV or its affiliates.